And the Baltimore bridge collapse is reigniting concerns about the safety of bridges all over the country, including here in South Florida.
Our Jay Jarvis spoke to a structural engineer about those concerns. Jay joins us live tonight. What did he tell you?
Well, Felicia and Todd, Don Schiller tells me that it's not the design of the bridge that was the problem here. It's solely the impact of the cargo ship.
It's a truss bridge, and so the truss elements cannot handle the redistribution of the load, and so it tumbled. And then the next pier over disconnected from it.
Don Schiller says the Francis Scott Key Bridge just could not withstand such a massive impact with the way it's built. But from looking at the video of the crash and subsequent collapse, he thinks there could have been some actions taken to avoid the tragedy altogether.
The first thought that came to my mind this morning was, why didn't that boat throw out its anchor? As soon as it lost its power, it should have threw out its anchor to slow it down.
He also believes that the accident could have been avoided if there were more safeguards placed in front of the bridge columns during construction.
Why didn't I guess whoever designs those bridges, why didn't they put a bunch of sand and concrete blocks in front of those supports to make them shallow areas so that that barge would have come along and ran up aground, and it would not have hit the support? That would have been a very simple, inexpensive solution.
And in response to the collapse in Baltimore, Port of Palm Beach Executive Director Michael Meekins posted a statement online saying, in part, "After receiving a call regarding the incident in Baltimore, we believe it's important for our community to know that here at the Port of Palm Beach, cargo vessels and the cruise ship do not need to navigate under any bridges. The ships have a clear path from Lake Worth Inlet to the Port of Palm Beach." And Schiller says people in South Florida should not be afraid to drive on or under bridges because most of them have protections in front of the beams to divert any impacts. Reporting live, Jay Jarvis, WPBF 25 News.